A recruiter's mentality. Profile a new person. By now, you should have picked up on one of the most important concepts in this book, adding new people to your team. If you're going to be a builder, you have to think opening new outlets. The biggest question for most people is, who do I contact? In chapter 1, I said that you should look at everyone you meet as a potential hire. That principle still applies. You cannot prejudge people. I don't care how long you've been in this business, you never know how a person's going to react to a business opportunity until you show it to him or her. Recruiting is an all-time thing. It is a state of mind. You should decide that everyone you meet has potential until proven different. When you look for quantity, you get quality. Remember that the law of averages come into play in this business. You're not going to sell anyone or everyone you try to sell. You're not going to sell everyone you try to sell. You're not going to interest everyone you try to interest in your business. No, one bats 1,000. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. To be profitable in spite of the law of averages, you have to apply the law of numbers. If you're looking for teachers and coaches, you've got to talk to a lot of them. Only after you have adopted a true builder's mentality are you ready to apply some very basic principles that will save you from the dangers of indiscriminate hiring. Number 1, stop looking for people who want to sell. If the name of the game is hiring and training, why would you have to hire a bunch of people who are more interested in making some sales than in building a team? Remember that sales will come as a natural result of hiring, training, and building a team. These people will usually focus on the wrong questions when you're interviewing them. Number 2, start looking for people who want to earn extra income. These are the future fireball leaders and future super hierarchy builders. They are people just like you. They're usually frustrated because their present job won't allow them to become financially independent. They're dying to become their own boss. They have a burning desire to be somebody. Number 3, hire people who want the opportunity and beware of those who need it. Anyone looking for a get-rich-quick scheme should set up a big red flag in your mind, warning you not to hire them. People who are desperate are dangerous for several reasons. Most of the time, they are people who can't handle money properly or don't know how to treat people right. There are only a few exceptions to this. If you are considering someone who is desperate, be sure you know them and their particular situation. Well, sometimes a person may have worked hard all his or her life, but circumstances beyond their control created rough times. These people are usually hard workers who only need a chance to straighten themselves out. They make excellent additions to your business. Just be sure you know the difference. Number 4, be selective. Target some select group of people you can relate to. These are people who will listen to your personal story about why you want into your business and can identify with your reasons. One ex-policeman I know started by talking to other policemen. I started by talking to other people on the railroad. Look around you at the people who are like you. They're your best possibility. Look for 5 pointers. Look for new people who fit these 5 points. Age, 27 to 35. Married, children, employed with 15K plus income, own a home. Sell the dream and crusade simultaneously. Approach every prospect about your marketing opportunity from the beginning. There is a whole school of thought that says sell, 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 and only after you've clinched the sell do you talk to your client about joining your business. There's no doubt that this works for a lot of people, but I personally think you risk losing a potentially good person by using this method. I have some friends right now who live in Macon and will never get in this business because I sold them insurance back in the early days when all I did was sell. Their total perception of me to this day is Hubert, the insurance salesman. It doesn't matter to them how much money I make now, what kind of car I drive, and the fact that I own an airplane for money I earned. The opportunity doesn't interest them because the very first impression they had of my job was selling insurance. And if it involves life insurance sales, you can bet people don't want to be part of it. Remember, By human nature, most people can't see themselves as sales. If I had gone in there and I talked to them about a person of my own and how much I was earning in extra income and then showed them what I did to make that extra income, they would have looked at it in a whole different light. The way to sell the marketing opportunity in a crusade simultaneously is to always tell your own story. Tell the prospect how you got involved. This will show him how you were turned on by the crusade. Don't be so anxious to make the sale that all you do is pick up their policies. People blow it when they go in there and they talk about all the facts and figures of our products and nothing else. They sound just like salesmen. It completely destroys the magic of the marketing opportunity. The very first time you talk to a prospect, you want to be able to access his or her reaction, to assess his or her reaction to the business opportunity you're offering. Are they intrigued by what you're saying? Do they want to hear more? Do they want to come into a meeting? When I go in a home to talk to someone, I form a mental picture of two buttons: entrepreneur dream button, client button. If I go in and hit the client button first, it doesn't necessarily trigger the dream button. But if I go in there and hit the dream button first, I still have a great chance of triggering the client button too. You're positioning yourself for a win-win situation. When Ray Kroc first met with a group of prospective franchise buyers, he wasn't in there most of the night explaining how they made hamburgers and french fries. He talked about how their dreams could come true if they bought a franchise. Before it was all over, he said, by the way, try these hamburgers and french fries. How do you like them? Can you see yourself buying them? Anyone thinking about buying a franchise or buying a business from someone is naturally going to study the business and learn how it works. They have to find out whether or not it would be something people want and need. You can't expect to build a successful business on the foundation of sand. But don't focus on this. It's not the magic. Magic is created when you show that prospective entrepreneur how he can make his dreams come true. Become a student of human nature. Most people who expect deer hunters have studied the animal for years. Most people who are expert deer hunters have studied the animal for years. A good deer hunter has to be able to predict how the deer will react to any given situation. Then he does everything in his power to make sure all the elements of the situation are just right. In recruiting, you have to understand people. You have to know what turns them on and what turns them off. You have to take their feelings into account. Consider these 10 points of human nature. They are quick to jump to conclusions. Number 2, they're skeptical. They suffer from the shift syndrome. Number 3, they procrastinate. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Number 4, they dream of great wealth. Number 5, they're curious. Number 6, they don't think they can sell. Number 7, they don't like insurance salesmen. Number 8, they would like to be their own boss. Number 9, they would like to have a business of their own. But number 10, they all doubt they ever could or would. The ebb and flow. You should never come on too strong or be overly anxious or eager when you're trying to introduce someone to your business. I've had people come on this way when they're trying to sell something and a big warning sign begins flashing in my head, and I get the feeling that the salesman is really desperate but confident in what you are doing. Know that the numbers will work for you. This ain't just another deal is one thing I say when I'm showing the opportunity to someone. And if a person wants our business, he will take it. If not, move to the next one. By withdrawing, you will find that a lot of people will realize that you really and truly have something great and you're going places with or without them. This is what I call pull power. Pull power is a magnetism that draws people to you. Be enthusiastic. It's contagious. And don't be afraid to show your feelings, especially about the crusade. People understand and respect the commitment. Think and act like a quarterback, like Dan Marino, pro quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. He's the leading passer in the history of football. Marino plans practically every play to be a touchdown bomb, meaning his team will score. When he goes into the huddle, he tells his guys the play that he's going to call to make that touchdown pass. Then they break the huddle and he goes to the line. If he looks around and sees the defense is stacked against him, he calls an audible and checks off. Then he hands off to the running back to gain at least 3 to 4 yards. Every play you call should be designed to interest the prospect. If you read his reaction and decide that he's just not going to be interested, then your audible is to make the sale. Sell the dream, build the team. Whatever I'm asked, what do you do? I've always said I replace full-time nightmares with part-time dreams. I want to build a team of people who want their dreams to come true. Not only that, but I want to train them to build their own team of dreamers. When you're talking to someone one-on-one or an opportunity meeting, the essence of selling the marketing opportunity is to get the person to think, I can do that. Whatever I'm telling them, I want them to see themselves as me. And the best way to get them to say those little words is to share your story, your personal testimony. When you do this, you trigger their imagination. No matter how humble your origins, no matter whom you are talking to, the spark goes off and their motor starts running. You're cracked up their dream machine. I have people in my business bringing people to my office every day to meet me, and all day is tell my story. I spend 5 or 10 minutes talking to them about how I got started and what it has meant to me. The magic of compound dreaming. Before you can experience the magic of compound dreaming, you first have to have a dream. Then, the split second that it becomes obvious that your dream can really come true, you must dream a new one. New dreams come up for you from reaching a plateau and becoming stagnant. Let me read that again. New dreams keep you from reaching a plateau and becoming stagnant. You just keep pushing, and before you even accomplish your first dream, you're already on to the next one. Compounding really starts to take effect when you amass a tremendous team of people who want to achieve their dreams. When I'm talking about the dream, don't misunderstand me by thinking I mean joining A.L. Williams. This is not the dream, nor is money the dream. The dream is what money and achieving financial independence will allow you to do. When I worked on the railroad, if they would have sent me a paycheck without working, I would have stayed home and taken every one of them. There are people out there who are trying to get people excited about joining for the sake of joining something, but you can't sell them. You can't sell that to most people. You can sell the dream of what they would be able to do if they were financially independent.